welcome guys. So I am so happy I've seen the BROLY movie now, like big time. Obviously I'm chilling here with the OG BROLY. Okay, this is where it all started. It's my big model. I love it. I've got obviously Goku, Vegeta and Frieza, because these are the main crew from this film. I'll go on to that in a bit. Obviously why I liked it was so much just them and not everyone else. Okay, so this BROLY film was done well. I really liked how they did it. This was a story for the fans. Okay, this was made. It's like Akira Toriyama. I knew about what happened with this story. Okay, Akira Toriyama wanted to make a Dragon Ball Super movie. He didn't know who to use as what to be as the main villain. His team and his staff was like, why not BROLY? Okay, even though obviously BROLY was inspired by Trunks, Ultra Saiyan mode. Akira Toriyama didn't really know much about BROLY. He made some bit of the design, I think the design, but he didn't actually see the film sort of thing. So he went and watched all three films and was like, yeah, I like this character, but it needs to be redone. Like many people said, the big problem with BROLY originally was, one, his backstory, obviously Goku crying and that, and two, obviously he wasn't super duper strong. You know, he was just a bit stronger. He weren't even Super Saiyan 2 level sort of thing until I think BROLY Second Coming, I think that's what it's called. But I don't want to talk about that BROLY. I don't want to talk about the old ones. I'll do another video about the old BROLY compared to the new BROLY, the pros and cons, what I like and stuff. Okay, this talk is about this film, how it was, how it come across, the characters, the fight, the design, and BROLY's, like, you know, how he was actually designed for his personality and stuff. Okay, so this was very much screen time BROLY, about 70%, 60 to 70%. Maybe a bit less than that actually, was mainly on BROLY. It was obviously him as a child. It was all about King Vegeta being very jealous that BROLY's, Paragus' son had potential that far exceeded Vegeta, because they could predict their Saiyan's potential as a child, with obviously scanners and checking sort of the vitals and stuff, and realised that BROLY was beyond anything that Vegeta was showing. So he did not like that. He didn't actually try and attempt to kill them. He threatened it as a nod to the old BROLY movie, but he just exiled him. Okay, Paragus followed on. And that's kind of where they just stayed on this barren planet, miles away, with these crazy bugs and stuff. And you know, that's where he grew. He was completely oblivious of water, normal food, normal lifestyle, anything. You know, he lived a very rough childhood, teen life till he was an adult. You know, he didn't have any benefits or anything, let alone Paragus putting on a collar to control his barbaric side. Because obviously the way this film's done, it's done, like I said before, for the fans. It's not done for new people to be like, what, who's that purple cat guy, the Beerus guy, who's that, who's this dude, what's Tournament of Power, what's this guy, what are the Saiyans? You know, it doesn't go over any of that shit, because it knows, the audience knows more or less everything. 90% of people that are watching this know more or less everything that happened in Z and bits of Super. I'd say about 56% I've seen everything, and Super and the movies that are buzzing to watch this. So that's what happened. You know, everyone knew everything, so it didn't need to waste time with that. Its whole premise was to retell BROLY's backstory, make him canon. Okay, that was the key, make him canon. That's happened. Okay, obviously, which is fantastic. I've always said since the get-go, Vegeta and BROLY are my two favourite dudes, and it was great. Okay, that's what's happened, and now it's finally come to fruition. All right, you do get a bit of nods to things. You get to see a baby Raditz, get to see a baby Vegeta. Vegeta doesn't care about shit. You get some jokes in the film. Okay, there are funny bits where all the audience are laughing, where Bulma wants to age, go younger 5 years, and Frieza wants to grow taller 5 centimeters. You know, you get your bit of jokes in it, which is nice because obviously it's still an anime. Animes are key for, you know, keeping the audience engaged with storytelling, character arcs, comedy, action, suspense, payoffs, and obviously things like that. Just keeping the endorphins ups and downs and fucking giving you the dose and make you look forward to the next cool thing that's going to happen. And that's what which will help me move on to the next thing, where it sort of doesn't waste loads of time on things that weren't really needed. Like, obviously, when you're on other Z things, there's a lot of rubbish that didn't need to happen. This didn't waste time with all the Z fighters. Tien didn't get a real show. Yamcha, Krillin, anything, you know, only Piccolo kind of like showed a slight bit. Krillin only got showed in a flashback of Frieza killing him to remind himself that he can trigger Broly even more raised out and angry than he originally was. And like I say, Broly's design, yeah, like I said before, Akira Toriyama really liked Broly, the look of him, and his whole base was that just a more barbaric, primitive looking form. And how they did it, you know, he had this green frail thing on, and he actually told quite a good story behind that, why he had that, and it was actually really nice. So it explains his look. You know, he's got scars because he was just on this, you know, very dangerous planet all his life, and those creatures that are there are very strong. Because even Paragus has a fighting power of 4,200 because he scanned him on it, and you know he couldn't really fight them. He relied on Broly to kill them. So those things throughout his childhood would have been constantly fighting him. So that's why he's all scarred up in that. It was good because, you know, he was, you know, a character that did talk, be able to relax, engage, because he was sat on the ship talking to that girl and the old alien dude. He was just chatting. Telling stories of his life, his childhood. Obviously, he still had a collar to raise. He didn't really say at what point Paragus decided to put that on him. You know, it would have been on an early age because obviously Broly was paranoid and scared very much of that controller, and obviously the shock that messes his body up. So he never covered that. The original Broly film did cover that. You know, watch him. He got some alien scientist to create it, his mind controlling device, and put it on him when he was asleep. Broly just awoke with it, and unfortunately, inside the film, you didn't see at what point it actually broke off. I remember in the original, he was like stood there, and then he did his final when he just exploded out of his skin, and it shattered off his head. This you didn't really see it. I was waiting for it'd be quite climactic, just like explode off him as he does something, but I can't even recall at what point it come off him. I say the final fight lasts like 30 odd minutes. It was very interesting because there's many differences with this to the original. Like when Broly first seen Vegeta turn Super Saiyan, it was really cool. Like, you know, their transformations, even to Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue, are all done really, really well in this. It's not just, you know, there's your colour, there's your next colour. There's something about it. You know, Vegeta's hair went a bit of a emerald green, then it went blonde. Then as he was going to God, it was all fire around him, then red. And then when Goku went blue, it was just like, it went through loads of transitions, you know, and then it finally went blue. It was done very, very well. But I say when Broly first saw Vegeta turn Super Saiyan, you know, he was just like shocked and confused. He didn't know what it was, which was quite interesting because I say the original Broly, he was Super Saiyan, like he was Super Saiyan anyway. You know what I mean? He was already there, and Broly hadn't even seen it. Paragus was like, "What is that?" And Frieza's like, "What do you mean? Can Broly not turn Super Saiyan?" He's like, Super Saiyan, that's a myth, that's a legend. And he's like, oh, so your son is not really that impressive, you know. Frieza's like, you know, economy to Super Saiyan. Yeah, how's he going to hold up to these guys who've gotten 1, 2, 3 God mode, fucking blue God mode, Vegito, you know, how could Broly stand up to that kind of thing? But, you know, Broly in base form is still as powerful as Super Saiyan God. That's unbelievable. The level they pumped him up to in just base form is beyond crazy. You know, I thought he'd go Super Saiyan a lot earlier in it, and it's very good that, you know, he's just on par with them or beating them. You know, Vegeta got fucked all in blue. He never went blue, but he got fucked in red, which was like crazy. That's when Goku was like, you know, I want a piece of him, blah blah blah. Broly don't care. Broly was only angry, like, he's aiming at Vegeta kind of thing. So obviously, King Vegeta destroyed his planet and shit. He didn't seem to really care about that. That was like what Paragus saw, like, bred into him, saying, you know, this is the man who exiled you. You know, we need our revenge. So that's all Broly's known. So Broly was aiming for Vegeta, which is right. You know what I mean? That's the way his revenge should have been, not Goku. But, like, Broly's resilience, like, he's obviously got so much untapped power. Every time he's about to lose, Frieza's like, nah, you know, your son, you gave all this hype, and obviously he's nothing. And then he just keeps coming back. He keeps triggering and triggering. He's got so much untapped rage and shit, and he just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and he has more explosive outbursts. And it just gets climactic. It gets some mad CGI giant green ball, and just destroys everywhere with it. All becomes like, you know, molten lava everywhere. It just wrecks the polar ice caps where they're at, and it's just the whole area is just trashed. It is, and then it's so sick because then Goku's messed up from being Goku, so being Super Saiyan Blue, and Vegeta's smashed, so he is his transmissions. Then they fuse after they just keep pissing about and get it all wrong, which is really, really good because obviously Frieza starts getting his face smashed in by Broly, you know, because Broly can't control what he's doing. He's not aiming for anyone specific. He's like, I see you, I'm going to destroy you now. And he starts smashing Frieza, and Frieza's like, this is astounding. You know, he just can't believe how powerful he is. But, you know, if he was left alone with Frieza, he would have just annihilated the dude. And it was so, so cool. And, you know, I cannot wait to watch this film again. I just need to watch it multiple times. It's so good. I don't want to say much about more things. I don't want it to be super spoilery, but obviously the photos are just the photos are blatantly obvious how I got this footage. But like I said, this is the best Dragon Ball film that's ever been made. Like, it's absolutely fantastic, and I could easily watch this so many times. But definitely, I'll do another Broly, old Broly versus new Broly. So definitely, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. But yeah, thanks for watching. Obviously, let me know what your thoughts are about the new Broly. If you've seen it, his design, how he acts in this, you know, how the fight was, best fight. You know, it's just a fantastic build. But I'm very interested to see, like, you know, Broly's been there for years. That's why we had Kefla and all stuff like that. So, you know, he's been around the community, a fan favourite, or some love him, some hate it. But, you know, he's here to stay now, you know, and now he knows Goku as Kakarot. So that's where you're going to get all the epicness, like, later on, where he's actually going, Kakarot! And then he's, you know, even though he's going to be buddies kind of with him, but Goku wants to spar and get better with him. That's kind of like the goal. And, you know, Broly versus Jiren, that's next on the cards. Boom. It's been such an exciting time. I cannot wait to fucking just watch that again. It is literally the tits. Check out my stream, DragonKing87. Like and subscribe there and everything. I'll be playing. I don't know what I'm playing at the moment. It's something. I'll be playing games because that's all I do. All right, cool. All right, I'll see you guys later.